such a hot day today. Surroundings look very dry. Everything is shouting for water. I wonder, why is this happening? I hope all the kids in teacher's class are all right. Hey, look! Badal is going somewhere by bus.
Hello kids, you might have seen wilting plants and very dry ground these days. And I know you're all feeling uncomfortable because of the heat. That's why we're going to learn about it today. We're experiencing hotter and drier weather for some time now because of a phenomenon known as drought. Every year, some countries around the world experience drought. Drought occurs when rainfall is absent for a prolonged period of time, causing earth to parch, wells to dry, underground water to decrease, and crops to wither, and lack of livestock food. Because there's less supply of food and water, both humans and livestock suffer very much. Bangladesh is one of the most cyclone and flood-prone countries in the world. However, losses from drought can be more severe than that.
Bangladesh is an agricultural country, then drought can truly affect all of us.
You're right, Vadal. Large part of our country can be affected by drought. In Bangladesh, drought in the western, especially northwest district, is very common.
How can it be common when we often have too much rains and floods?
Good observation. But as you look in the charts, you'll understand why drought happens in our country in spite of having too much rain. The water or hydrological situation of Bangladesh are characterized by too much rain in the wet monsoon season and too little water in the winter. This creates a drought environment. The sequence of how our seasons occur contributes on having drought. In winter, Bangladesh receives only 2% of annual rainfall. Most of the rainfall is concentrated in the monsoon season.
Water is not a problem. We can get water from underground as much as we like.
No, Timul. In order to minimize drought's effect, we have to sustain our environment. And one of the ways is to conserve the underground water. When we carelessly use underground water in times of drought, we are worsening the environmental conditions. Tomorrow, we'll visit a farm, and in that farm, we'll meet Farmer Rahim. He can explain to us about helpful things we can do in times of drought. Everybody, this is Mr. Rahim. He owns this farm, and as you can see, even though it is drought period now, Farmer Rahim's farm looks much better than the other farms we have passed while we are coming here.
Yes, during the months of February until May, we sometimes experience drought until monsoon starts in June. My farm is fortunately in good condition in spite of drought now. This is because I am implementing prescribed farm irrigation methods, which are very helpful in managing the harmful effects of drought.
Does this prescribed method make you avoid the droughts?
No, actually it doesn't. You see, we cannot really control our seasons. Droughts are unavoidable. However, we always have choice to better things up in times of drought. In my case, I follow the advisories provided by Bangladesh Meteorological Department or BMD. The most important thing we can do to minimize the effect of drought is to take care of the environment. And the first thing to do is to stop deforestation or cutting down of trees and start planting more trees. Trees help a lot in preventing drought. Another way to help the environment is to use community-based biogas plant. Look at the structure over there. That structure uses all biodegradable waste in this farm to make biogas. We use this biogas as a source of energy to run this farm.
Kids, do you see the benefit of using biogas and how it helps the environment?
I think in this way we can have what energy we need without cutting down trees.
Exactly, Badal. Biogas plant uses day-to-day waste and convert it to gas that we can use for cooking and other works. So we don't need to cut down trees for that.
Look at the way plants are grown here in my farm. You will see diversified plants are grown here.
Why is that? How does that help?
That is because when we use different plants, the farm will be less prone to losing all of its crops. Planting only one kind of crop makes it very hard for the plants to survive during a drought because all of them could die. Furthermore, in times of drought, we should plant drought-resistant and short-duration varieties of crops.
How would the farmers know if there is going to be a drought?
Here, it is possible to know it from Agromet Bulletin provided by Bangladesh Meteorological Department. In this, there are enough information to predict if we will face drought.
Farmer Rahim, why don't you also tell them about the irrigation system you have? That also helped you to cope with drought, right?
Oh yes, this farm follows a good plan for applying irrigation, fertilizer and pesticide based on the chances of rain. As you can see in that area, we dug a small pond to store rainwater. We excavated canals from that pond to all parts of the farm. You see, water follows nicely in the canals. This supplies water to the crops. In this way, we use surface water from the rain effectively, so we can save stored underground water for future use.
Wow, you have fishes over there?
Fish? Where?
Yes, we culture fish in that pond too. That way we can better utilize our land.
We are glad we came here to visit. We learned a lot today. I wish the farms we saw on our way will use these ways of irrigation in times of drought.
I'm glad you have learned something, children. You can spread these good ways by sharing it to others.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rahim, for your time. See, Timul, didn't I tell you you'll learn a lot from this trip into this Timul?
Yes, teacher. Fish!
Looks like the kids had fun. Especially Timul. Kids, I hope you have learned important things about the drought. I wish you would remember Farmer Rohim's good advice and tell your parents and friends. Then, together, we will withstand drought.